remember, but that's good to know. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Are we on or are we still waiting here? Got to make sure the recorder's on there. Mr. President, we are on. We're live. All right. Well, I will open the Parks and Auburn Parks Recreation Board meeting for November 25th, 2025, 6 p.m. at the Ricky Lodge on Indiana Avenue. Well, next item on the agenda is acceptance of minutes. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes, and are there any questions on the minutes?
I believe I was absent at the last one.
Correct.
So I don't know that we're going to be able to approve it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, right here, but Norm's absent, so we'll have to put this on the next meeting agenda.
Yes, we can approve it the next meeting.
Should I make a motion to table it for next meeting?
Yes.
All right. In light of not having a sufficient quorum to approve the meeting, the minutes of the meeting of October 28, 2025, Ben Nordman moves to table the acceptance of minutes to our next meeting, regularly scheduled meeting, our next meeting of the Parks and Recreation Board.
Allison Todd, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. First item after this is introduction of guests.
At today's Parks and Recreation Board meeting, November 25th, 2025, President Mike McCarewich, Vice President Ben Nordman, Park Superintendent Eric Dittmers, and myself, Secretary Allison Todd, are present. Board member Don Winsley is absent, and our guest this evening is Kevin Webb.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any communications? We have none. Okay. New business. First thing on new business is the 2026 proposed rental rates.
So this is an annual approval of the park board rates that we charge throughout 2026. And I have a comparison of the 25 rates and then the proposed rates for 2026 if you choose to. There has not been a rate increase in somewhere around 8 years when the lodge went up after we redid the floors in here and added the island and things like that. So we haven't had a rental rate increase for several years. And that even prior to that for the pavilions, enclosed and open pavilions, as long as I have been here, there has not been a rental rate increase. So this is an adjustment due to costs for consumables, electric, everything that goes into it. So this only equates at the most $25 for the lodge. And so the proposal is to move the rates up accordingly, with the lodge being the highest at $25, the Ecker enclosed pavilion, and also the daily for the lodge going up $25 for the weekdays from 100 to 125 plus tax. And then the enclosed pavilion going from $80 to $90 per day plus tax. And then the Reeking North and South Pavilion going from $45 to $50 per day for rental rate. Memorial Park and West Pavilion, which are two that will go into rentals, so they can be reserved, and those are two new ones that we're going to add, and those are going to be at $50 plus
proposed increase is very modest, and I understand that we haven't had a raise in some time. Do you believe that the increase is necessary to meet the increased costs of running the pavilions?
I believe so. I mean, as we try to provide economical outlets for our citizens and our clientele. So this provides that while still recouping the cost for operations.
Well, with HB1 and all that, the city budgets are obviously, at least the perception is they're going to be getting tighter. So any help like this to make sure we don't lose money, I think is key. Because again, the affordability of this gets tougher, and we want to keep, these open. We want to keep these invested in good quality environments, and I think this is in line. Like you said, it was 8 years, Eric, since the last. So I mean, I think it's quite modest and really quite reasonable, and the lodges and so on, they're pretty much rented out all the time, right? There's not exactly a demand issue here. I mean, the demand is there. So I think this will be a good thing. Any other comments on this?
Mr. President, Ben Nordman moves that the board approve the 2026 proposed rental rates as set forth by the superintendent.
Allison Todd, I second.
Okay, any other discussion on the rental rate changes for 2026? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed.
Close enough.
All right. Next item on the agenda is moving the December Parks Department or Parks Board meeting.
We looked at 2 dates for this, December the 17th or 18th. I think we sent out an email kind of as a board to see, kind of as a sample to see who might be available. So I'm open for a motion to move the park board, and this was in conjunction with the clerk's office, so everything gets paid in time and they have enough time to get the year ends and all that.
So just for our record, we are proposing moving the regularly scheduled meeting of Tuesday, December 23rd, as I understand it, to Wednesday, December 17th. Is that correct?
That's correct, as I understand it also.
Any other discussion or issues with the reschedule? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, Ben Nordman moves that the regularly scheduled meeting of the Auburn Parks and Recreation Board, typically set for Tuesday, December 23rd at 6 p.m., be rescheduled to Wednesday, December 17th at 6 p.m. at the Reedy Park Lodge, and that the superintendent make all appropriate notices to effectuate that.
Okay. Mike McCarowicz seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed. Next. The next item on the agenda, is that something we still want to discuss?
I don't believe so. We don't. I would make a request to have that pulled from the agenda at this time.
Specifically, that's the 4th of July fireworks request?
Correct.
Okay. So, does someone want to make a motion to amend the agenda to remove the 4th of July fireworks Reedy Park request?
I'll take this one. Allison Todd, I make a motion to remove the 4th of July fireworks at Reiki Park request from the November 25th meeting agenda.
Ben Nordman seconds.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, removed. Right. The next item on the agenda is courtyard park usage request.
Since I'll take this one since we don't have a representative here from David to explain this. So this is the same thing that we had last year with putting up the postcards around Courtyard Park. And I imagine that the parameters are the same as last year. They'll go up, they'll be taken down in the end of December. So, and my understanding is there's only going to be about 5 postcards this year compared to some. So
Now, if I understand it, we had certain dates, signs were gonna go up and then come down, did they?
they didn't express that at the starting, but it'll be that December. So once the chalet goes up and they start operations of that, which will be here in the next couple of weeks. So I would say if we want to put parameters around it, then it's December 1st to the end of December.
Well, just so we have some
Yeah,
kind of date range of that, I think would be appropriate.
And they're not anticipating any type of gathering or beverage or food. It's just merely a display.
It's merely just a display of the cards. Yep.
Any other discussion or questions?
And the entity that is making that request is who, Eric?
It'll be the Downtown Business Association.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, entertain a motion.
Mr. President, Ben Nordman moves that the board approve the request of the Downtown Business Association to place postcards at the Courtyard Park from December 1, 2025 up to and including December 31, 2025.
Allison Todd, I second.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Okay. Next item on the agenda, janitorial supply quote.
So this from Fikes Fresh Brands is the lowest quote, and this is for our yearly request for next year for 2026. A lot of times, a lot of these items take a while to get, so we make the request early in the year, just to make sure that we have it by the time of operation. And this would be, my recommendation is Fikes Fresh Brand in the amount of $5,277.06.
Now, is this the only quote or?
No, we have 3 quotes that we.
3 quotes?
Yeah, that we get. Yep.
And this was the lowest.
This is the lowest quote.
Are the 3 quotes for identical products?
Yes, plus or minus. I mean, there's some things in there depending on cross manufacturers and things like that, but basically the same end result.
I see a couple of items, I can't imagine being terribly difficult, but there's a couple of cost items that do not reflect a price. Are they throwing that in, or are we gonna have to come back in?
Those were on the quotes, and they were removed from the rest of the quotes, so those will have to be gotten at a different location. They were submitted as that, but they were not able to provide.
Okay.
Good question. Any other comments or questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion on the janitorial supply quote.
Mr. President, Ben Nordman moves that the board approve the request to purchase janitorial supplies from Fikes Fresh Brands in the cumulative amount of $5,277 $1,022,946.96.
Mike McCarroll seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The next item on the agenda is the quotes for the drinking fountain, the dog fountain, the bench, and the trash can for quotes, I guess. So Eric, you want to?
Yeah. So first item is for a drinking fountain and dog bowl. This has to do with Memorial Park as we look at the added phases to completion of that park. This is one of them. So we're looking to install a dog park inside of Memorial Park. This is some of the money that can be utilized out of this year's budget for that project. And the first one will go inside of the dog park, and it has a cost of $5,586.90 for that one.
Okay, now, do we want to make a motion on all four of these, Eric?
You can, if there's any, okay. Next one is for a fountain that is just for, has basically one fountain is just for the dogs, the other one is for human and dog. So there'll be one inside that's for the dogs, there'll be one on the outside that's for dogs and human consumption. So then that item is $4,084.94. Next item is for 2 benches for the dog park at a cost of $3,792.74. Next item is for a themed trash can, which is a dog theme, and then a receptacle lid that has a bonnet on it for a trash receptacle there for dog waste and people waste. So, and that's at a cost of $1,444.8, and all from the same company. And then we'll go quick.
Should we be concerned with the quote expiration dates that are on these?
They said that they would honor that.
Okay.
Yep, we did verify that.
This money, and I don't have a problem with it, although a $4,000 fountain for dogs is a little eyebrow raising. Did you say that this is part of the grant money? It's okay, but it's already money that's in our budget approved for this?
Yes, it's approved for, it wasn't earmarked. We had, there were some areas of where we didn't utilize all of it for playgrounds. We didn't need all of it and things like that. So this is kind of an accumulation of funds that can be utilized out of this year's money for projects next year.
So this is a request from the surplus of money that we discovered that we had that was not anticipated. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, there was areas where we maybe either it didn't happen or it was money that didn't exceed that amount of usage. So it might have been a quote that came in lower than what was anticipated. So we're trying to utilize money that we can use for this project to get it in stock, be ready to go. There's several things that need to be purchased yet, like fencing, and that'll be a big expenditure for us. So there is some money out of next year that's going to have to be utilized for some of that too.
Now, this, is this like the city quote, that the accumulation? I mean, was this the only quote for these items?
So we have all the quotes are by standard policy are 3 quotes. So we have 3 of them that we have.
So this is the lowest of
Yes,
the
they're
quotes.
all the lowest, yeah, I wouldn't present anything that was above without explanation.
Any other questions or discussion? It's obvious these things are not inexpensive. I mean, like you said, this one receptacle, trash receptacle, $875, and a receptacle lid for over 200. These things are
Really that
amazing.
much. Yeah, recreational supplies are, as we all know, are very expensive, and things that are being placed outside, whether it's benches or whatever that is, they are just that expensive, unfortunately.
Well, this will be a nice addition for Memorial Park. Any other discussion or questions? Entertain a motion on these, or the one motion can be all four quotes?
Yes, if you would just spell out the amounts
Yeah.
and what it's for, and that way it's in the record of it.
Then, Mr. President, in light of that, Ben Nordman makes a motion that the board approve the quotes and purchase of, firstly, an accessible doggy and weenie fountain in the amount of $5,586.90. Secondly, a doggy and weenie drinking fountain in the cumulative amount of $4,084.94. Thirdly, board approve a bench in the amount of two benches, in the amount of cumulative amount of $3,792.74. And lastly, the board approved the quote for both the dog themed trash receptacle and lid in the amount of $1,444.80.
Allison Todd, a second.
Any other discussion or comment? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes.
And it really will be a great addition for us to have. We have a dog park at Thomas, so across the city, utilizing that, I think it'll relieve some of the pressure that's on Thomas too. It's a high use area, and we're seeing some impacts, and this will be designed a little bit more favorable to not allow dogs to run up and down the fence and chase each other on each side of the fence. So the design's going to be a little different as we move forward for this too.
Well, our other dog park, I mean, summertime, I go by there, there's almost always someone there. At least, one dog with one owner, but a lot of times multiple.
Took a bike ride there not long ago, it was pretty busy.
So that would be good. All right. Going into, I assume, Eric, no more new business?
That's correct.
Next item on the agenda is old business. Do we have any old business?
I have none.
Okay. Superintendent updates.
So we've had some real movement and great news. The Memorial Park the grant process is closed out, so they have accepted the end of for Memorial Park, the grantees, the Okra, and they signed off on everything. So now that process is complete. Looking forward at next phases type of thing. Of course, Memorial Park is looking to get the parking lot upgraded potentially next year, and dog park, that type of thing. So, and as grant funding comes available and we move forward on that, phase two then can get kicked into gear and get a full renovation of the park.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Second item is Eckert Park Bridge. That is also complete. If you have not been down there, the lights, the capstones, they're all up, and that project is being closed out. So another great check mark for the Parks Department.
Absolutely.
Next, I have the Christmas walk, which will be coming up the 5th, 6th, and 7th. and the 12th, 13th, and 14th from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. And the theme is going to be Home for the Holidays.
Well, hopefully the weather will cooperate like with Halloween. The Halloween walk was tremendously successful, so hopefully this will be the same.
I have nothing else.
Nothing else? Okay. Next item on the agenda is the vouchers. I see on page 5, we purchased a merry-go-round for DeSoto Park.
That's correct. So we had the DeSoto Park, we pulled that probably about a month and a half ago. It was physically snapped off at the base. Wow. Some of it was a little bit of deterioration. So we have a new one and we purchased it and that'll be installed in next spring.
And did you want to make a comment on it, Eric, on the Santa for Christmas walk? I understand Kelly's involved with it.
Yeah, so we have Santa Claus at our Christmas walk, as you all might know. And that is an expense for us, but the expense is from, we have a donor and a supporter, so we have sponsorship for that covers that cost.
Are you referring to the Anthony Sparkman?
Yes,
Okay, so that one is covered.
that was covered.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But we likewise need to include that in our cumulative request, even though it's covered, we need to incorporate that into the motion.
It comes out of the non-reverting fund. It's just accounted for from year to year in there, but it went back into that account as a sponsor.
Page 4, 5 gallons of seal for the skate park at 3,000. That's pretty expensive stuff.
It's concrete sealer. We talked about it, I believe, last meeting.
That may be why it.
Brand new information.
So this is a concrete sealer that we do about every 4 to 5 years, somewhere in there. And it just helps with the concrete, keeping the water from, more porosity, basically.
Mhm.
I have a question. Is that a barrel or a pail?
That is a pail. There's
5-gallon pail?
5-gallon pail, and there's 20, I believe there's 20 or 22 pails.
Okay.
Yeah.
More than one pail.
22
Okay.
pails.
Thank you for that clarification. I'm looking at a $3,000 bucket. Yeah.
Gallon is way too high.
Yeah.
That would be high.
Thank you.
Math on that.
Thank you. I feel a lot better about that.
$54 gallon, that's fine. So your 20 pails, 5 gallons, yeah. So, but yeah, I was gonna make note of that. But then beat me to it.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments on the vouchers? Then we can entertain a motion.
Mr. President, Ben Nordman moves that the board approve the register of vouchers dated November 25, 2025, commencing with invoice number 6897 up to and including invoice number 3,4,5,3,6 in the cumulative amount of $25,905.58.
Mike Harwich will second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes. Okay, now we have guest concerns or announcements. Does anybody from the public want to speak?
Hello, I'm Ann Fincham with Auburn Main Street. I just wanted to double check. I see it was on here, so I probably missed it. I wanted to check to see if we could have approval for the courtyard park usage for the Christmas holiday cards once again. We're not going to go over the limit. We know how many we're dealing with, and so, but I really appreciate what all you've done and allowed us to do with that in the last few years. So
It was approved over Mike's objection.
Yeah, there you go.
all right, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Next, number two. Question, are we good, you can do like a ribbon cutting for the bridge or anything, since it's a kind of a big deal in my book? It could wait till spring or something when the weather's better.
We had something when the bridge was finished. I will have to check with the mayor,
Okay.
see what, if he's interested in having.
He's always up for a photo op. But yeah, it's so different than what the old bridge was, and the old bridge was such a disaster, which I know, because you called me down there and I saw that, and it took a while to get things rolling, but
Took several years. It's a great addition. It really highlights and gives homage to that old structure. So,
and then appreciate you reviewing the rates for the lodges and stuff. Probably, how many years has it been?
about 8 years.
8 years. That should be looked at every year, especially since we got SB1 that we're dealing with. And this next session will tell a lot, because the legislatures may amend that and stuff, so the money may not be quite as bad, but they're predicting it's going to get tight. So reviewing that every year is definitely good. Knowing what your competition is charging would be good. You don't want to be above that, but definitely review that every year, please, and make it work. So
Definitely will.
Yeah, I understand the SB1, the implementation of it is up to like 2030 before it's all implemented.
yes, it's a 2 or 3 year phase now.
Is it 2 or 3?
Field. So it'll be a slow thing. There's an article in the paper today, different mayors talking about different areas, and one of them was quality of life is a big factor on where you can cut money, in the street end of it. So that's where you need to do what you can.
Yep.
And we'll learn more over the next couple of years.
Any other comments or announcements? Okay. So the next park board meeting will be December 17th, 6 p.m. Wednesday at the Riki Lodge. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn unless there's other statements or comments.
Mr. President, Van Dorgen moves that the November 25th, 2025 meeting of the Auburn Parks and Recreation Board be adjourned.
Do I need a second? Allison Todd, second? I don't know where I've been
That's
for the
what I'm
last
saying.
like 2 years. Jeez.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, we got work to do. Meeting adjourned. We've got work to do. The plan commission,
Mhm.
when it's time to adjourn,
Oh,
yeah, they put that motion out there. It's like, it's our motion. How fast